And we are live. Welcome, everybody. Glad that you are here hanging out tonight. We have been coming to you all week long, and for a good reason, because I want to showcase all of the amazing people we have in Insiders. Like I've been saying all week long, a lot of times all you guys hear from is me, the guy who knows how to do the blogging, who's been doing the blogging. You're like, Jonathan, does this work for anybody else? Can anybody else do this? Do you have to be in the blogging niche? Do you have to teach about online marketing? The answer is no. We have people inside of our community across all kinds of niches. They have all kinds of passions. Some of them have a more desire to speak. Others have a bigger desire to write. Some want to podcast, but we are all fellow messengers on the journey. And that's why I just want to bring this message to you, because I've been saying it all week long. You could be just one idea away from a breakthrough. Maybe you're just this close from just really going for it, or just really taking that step. And so that's why I've been bringing, I think we're close to 10 different insiders this week. We've got a couple more tomorrow, and I've got that tonight. Also, I want to give you, right after the interview, so stick around, I want to give you, for the first time that I've actually shown this publicly, our new Insiders members area. This is something we've been working on for a couple of months, and I can't wait to show you. What is it like if you are an insider? What is it like behind the scenes? Jonathan, how does your mentoring program work, and how do you support people in the program? So stick around for that. We're going to be doing that as well. By the way, let me know that you're here. We are broadcasting this in a couple different places over YouTube, a couple places on Facebook. So I know we've got people watching from different places. So just let me know your first name and where you're watching from, because I can see the numbers that we have on here right now, but you're more than a number. I want to see your name, and the only way I can see your name is if you put your name into the comments or into the chat for me, so I know that you are here. So again, welcome everybody. We're going to be doing all this week. We have been doing this Insider Showcase. Real people, real results. And here's the point. It isn't like everybody's arrived, all right? We are all on this journey. Some people I've introduced to you this week, they're at very step one, and that's fine. People come into the program and they actually don't know what they want to build a business on. They just know that they want to do something different. They want to build an online business. They just don't know what. We've got something for them. Other people, they're just tired of struggling with launching their website. And we come alongside them, help them to get that done. And others are like, Jonathan, I just need traffic. I need leads. I need sales. Can you help us with that? So we meet people wherever they are in our Insiders program. So without further ado, I want to bring on our guest tonight, Ian Moore. Ian, my friend, are you there?
I am. How's it going, sir?
It is going awesome. So why don't you tell everybody where you're from and what your business is about?
Sure, absolutely. So, Ian Moore from Houston, Texas. Currently, originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but navigated here to the south. So I'm now here in Houston, Texas, and name of my business is Motivated Education. So that's the name of the business, where we really focus on mindset development for educators and students, and that's the name of the business.
Yeah, and boy, has the last year not amplified the need for that. And I'm sure you kind of got a sense of that because I used to be a teacher. You know my story. I used to be a high school teacher. My wife was an elementary teacher for a number of years. My parents were teachers. And so I still have a lot of teacher friends. And you know what, man, they have had it rough over the last year. Sometimes it's just dealing obviously with COVID, but then I know for a lot of my friends coming back to school this year, they gave some a virtual option and some in person, and that just doubled the workload on the teachers, because now you're doing your teaching thing with smaller classrooms, but then you've got all the follow-up work with also the virtual students, and man, does it play havoc on your mind, and for teachers why they got in this, and then for students just helping them stay focused on their education. So man, I applaud you. This problem's not going away. If anything, it's gotten worse, and I'm so excited that you're doing this. So
Absolutely.
awesome.
My client is my first client is my wife, actually. So she's a teacher and she deals with the mindset issue. So she teaches, virtual and students that are face to face. So she's running back and forth from the classroom to the computer. So yeah, my first client is my wife. So keep her from jumping off the ledge here.
Hey, I like it. So, one question that I have to ask is Pittsburgh to Houston. So, I mean, Pittsburgh Steeler or Houston Texan? I mean, which of the football teams is Ian pulling for? Or is Ian like, I ain't messing with football?
So you cannot live in Pittsburgh and go anywhere without being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. That will never change. If you cut me right now, it'll bleed black and gold, I promise.
I got to tell you this. I got to tell you this. So, I live in Jacksonville, Florida,
Okay.
and I did not know this, but I discovered it. There is a huge Pittsburgh Steeler base here in Jacksonville, Florida. It's
Yes.
crazy. I went
Wherever.
to, this was a couple years ago, but I went to this place on a Sunday that's got a bowling alley, it's got games, it's got food, and there was nothing but Pittsburgh Steeler fans there. And I'm like, is the Jaguars playing Pittsburgh Steelers? And they're like, no, it's a home game for the Steelers. And I'm like, well, why are there like 100 people here with, they got their terrible towels, they got their Pittsburgh gear on. And I'm like, they're like, you don't know this, but there is a huge fan base in Jacksonville, Florida for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I got educated.
Yeah, Steeler Nation is a real thing. It truly is. There we have a bunch of places here in the Houston area that are Steeler bars. And actually, I was in the Bahamas one time. Me and my wife were on a cruise, and we went and talked to the locals and asked where I was from. Told them Pittsburgh, and they showed me a Steeler bar in the Bahamas, and I couldn't believe it. But we're everywhere, literally.
I tell you, I think there might be more Steeler fans in Jacksonville than Jaguar fans, but we'll leave it there and keep moving along. All right. Okay, so how did you become interested in an online business? Can you remember a little bit, maybe with the genesis of that, or what got you kind of, I think I'm kind of interested in this.
Yeah, so I mean, I was always interested in online, well, not online business so much, but I think interested in so much in impacting people. Just the personal development journey and following a lot of people. I used to call John Maxwell my leadership pastor. So I used to follow John Maxwell a lot, really learn a lot about leadership. And I became interested in writing books because of John Maxwell.
Mm,
Um, and just used to think about just how I could impact more people. So I mean, I was always impacting at my local church and in my community and in my city, but I always thought that if I had some sort of an online presence, I could probably impact more people and do more. So that's really how I started. Now this was long before the whole motivated education idea came about, but that's really how I got started. Thinking about the online business is kind of watching other mentors and following other blogs from many years ago.
gotcha. Awesome. Love it. So you're an insider. You're in our insider program, and we love having you in there. And, there's people right now, we're opening up if people want to join right now to become an insider. There's probably some people who they're skeptical. They're like, what is this? I don't know. So I guess let's go, if we can, like before you enrolled in insider. So before deciding to enroll in insider, what was kind of the biggest skepticism or hesitation you had before jumping into the community?
Yeah, well, I think, a lot of it was I followed a lot of people, online. So I was, everyone has a course, everyone has some sort of a program. And I kind of just followed a lot of people. I stalked you for a long time. So, I used to just follow a lot of folks and bought all type of little programs, little courses here and there. And I think one of my biggest things was, going to the wife and saying, hey, I'm about to pull the trigger on another course, another program. And but she understood. She's very supportive, thankfully. So she's kind of walked me through some of that. But I think that was my biggest skepticism is, I don't need another course. I don't need another thing. But I just kept following you, over the years and just saw your consistency and just really enjoyed your content, and I just felt like this was the right move. So I think the skepticism was more about I've been there, done that, seen it all. Why you? So that was my biggest skepticism.
Yeah, I gotcha. And so after getting inside of Insider, did your perception change?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, once I was inside, once I actually got to see and actually had our initial conversation, I felt much more at ease. I felt like I had someone to really walk me through this. In the past, it was just kind of here's your course, watch the video and go figure it out. I found out real quickly this was much more than just watch the course and figure it out. This was more hand holding. This was more community. This was more people at my level where I was at that we could, share ideas and talk through things. So that was one of the first things I really found, that it was true community. It was much more than just a course.
Awesome. And I think that's just where we do our best, just try to give opportunity for people to interact with one another because this thing can be very isolating. I
Yeah.
know it was that way for me. It was like, man, like I don't know anybody who wants to do this. Nobody at my church wanted a blog or podcast, and I'm like, but I guess I'll just try to figure this out on my own. And it was encouraging when I finally got around other people who understood what I was talking
Yeah.
about when I talked about certain things that only people online in the online world would understand.
Absolutely.
Um, so one of the things I want to talk about is like your biggest challenges when you first got started. In fact, I was going to ask you that earlier and I forgot, but I think it's always important, especially there's a lot of people, they set out to do something and then there's like roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. So after you finally kind of got started, what were some of your biggest challenges?
I would say really it was overcoming myself, right? So it was more of I've got a billion ideas and I'm trying to execute them all and not get anything done, right? So I think that was one of my biggest challenges. And I think I learned from you, to be a serial entrepreneur, focus on one thing at a time and get it done. So I was just doing too many things at once, and nothing was getting done. So I kind of see myself making progress. So that was really my biggest challenge is, just having too many irons in the fire, and not really focusing enough energy and effort on one thing. So that was kind of my biggest, roadblock. And also just analysis paralysis, just over analyzing everything, just making things too hard. It couldn't be this easy. I just kept saying that it couldn't be this easy. So I just had to overcome myself, quite honestly.
Yeah, and I think you nailed it. Like there's two sides, and sometimes we go both. Like we're one extreme and then we go the other extreme. So one extreme is that analysis paralysis. Like if we just learn a little bit more, if we just gather a little bit more information, then we won't make any mistakes. And we're always thinking there's just a little bit more before I start. Then there's the other side of like, we're just doing too many things. We're dabbling in a lot of things, kind of like what you were talking about. Just got too many ideas, too many irons in the fire, trying too much stuff. And the
Right.
truth is, we need to be in the sweet spot. And the thing that's helped me the most is just finding a mentor and
Mhm.
deciding to be that mentor's number one student.
Yeah.
And that has served me well over the last several years. And quite frankly, I would say the first 5 or 6 years I was doing this, I did not have a mentor.
Wow.
And even though I was figuring a few things along the way, man, it was a lot slower. And it's like just mentoring is the great accelerator. To be able to just reach out to somebody and ask a question and get back to knowing what you need to be doing is so important. So that's awesome.
I think that's the beauty
Yeah.
of being I think that's the beauty of being an insider, quite honestly, is that you've been there, done that. You made 5, 6 years worth of mistakes, and you kind of trudged along, and now you're sharing that with us. So it just kind of makes our growth much faster, as you mentioned.
Yeah, for sure. Um, so So since you've been an insider, is there an aha moment? Is there something that you can look back on and say, you know what, that was helpful? Sometimes breakthroughs are mental breakthroughs. Sometimes they're just someone, a coach or someone helping us to clarify something that maybe we were holding on to that we now can let go. Can you share or think of any kind of aha moment that you've had?
Absolutely. So for me, I think it was that first insider boot camp that I went to. I think it was the one that we were supposed to be meeting in Georgia, I believe it was, and we ended up doing it online. But just attending that event, I really walked away and felt this is not that hard. I mean,
Mm,
just watching you teach us, then going away with the work session for a little while, and then sharing with the group. I mean, it just, to me, it just seemed so simple. And it was just like, why am I making this so hard? I mean, I really walked away feeling like I can do this. And I think that was the aha moment. I think I left that event and told my wife, I said, there's no reason why I shouldn't be doing this. I mean, it's, I have the team around me, and, we've got all the direction we need, within this group.
Yeah. And I remember when we first met, our first session, I'm like, Ian, man, you got so much potential. You have to do this thing. I don't know. It's just, I was fired up talking to you. And I mean, I got off of our call, reached out to the other coaches and insider, and I'm like, man, I'm excited about Ian.
Oh, wow.
We got to figure out how to get Ian's message out there, because he has got something to say, and it's just natural for you. You're a good communicator. So I love that.
Appreciate it.
So let's say somebody's been watching, they've been thinking about Insider. Maybe they've heard a couple rounds of us opening it up for applications, but they're just, quite frankly, they're on the fence. They're trying to figure out, I don't know, should I do this? Should I not? And so, for somebody right now who is on the fence, what would you say to them about the Insider program?
Absolutely. So I just a little bit of my story. Like I mentioned, I stalked you for a while, for a long time, back, years, and I think I let that first round of Insider go. Just because I was on the fence, and I said, nah, then it opened up again. And I was kind of at a point where I just wanted it. I said, I really, truly want to do this online business. I had gone through years of tinkering and trying to figure it out on my own. And I just got tired of that, So to me, I would say to someone who's on the fence, if you truly want to do this, if you truly want to get your online business started and you want to get it done right, this is what you should do. You should join the Insider group, get the mentorship. I think what Jonathan said was right on the button. I mean, having a mentor is the great accelerator. It'll take years off of your learning curve. So I would just say, if you really truly want to do this and you feel like this is the direction you want to go, there's zero reason you shouldn't do this if you're on the fence. I mean, if you're really thinking about it, I used to have a mentor who used to tell me, if you're thinking long, you're thinking wrong. So just go ahead and do it. Just pull the trigger. Just do it.
I like that. If you're thinking long, you're thinking wrong. I can't tell you how many times I've fell into that trap. Good night. So what's next for you? What are you working on? What are you excited about? What's the thing that, like, you know what, man, I'm excited about this thing. What's next for you right now in 2021?
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. So we kind of talked about this as just working the back end of the business first, and then developing the speaking. So right now, just really trying to focus on your online presence and building that engagement up there. I actually have a speaking engagement coming up at a school district here locally in Houston, which I'm really excited about.
Nice.
Get to open up about a half-hour keynote, so it's exciting. So I've been doing it for a while. I just think I've been just kind of playing with it though, but I think I'm ready to take it on the road here. So I'm really just building the back end of the business, working on, trying to work on the book, finish that up, and just get the blog clean, website done, and, complete to Jonathan's standards, and go from there, So, but yeah, just a lot of fun things. I'm just excited to move forward and get it done. This is probably a 5-year idea, quite honestly. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes this doesn't happen overnight. This is like any other business. You work at it, you build it, you grow it. But what I love about the online business is just the all the perks, all the benefits that you get. Being able to work when and where you want, deciding who you want to work with, choosing the speaking engagements you want to engage in, the clients you want to work with, things like that. So, I mean, working on a book, you got a speaking engagement. Make sure you take lots of pictures.
Absolutely.
Or video. You can always use that for sure. So, and I think, speaking and in-person events is going to come back stronger than ever, because I think people are craving it. They are craving it right now. And that's for sure. That's awesome. Anything else that you were hoping to share or want to add to, either to your message and what you do or anything else?
For me, I just want to give you your flowers. Quite honestly, man, you do a great job with the Insider Group. Really just answering questions and being involved, and just really want to thank you for all the help you've given all of us, and support you've given us. Thank you for being a servant. It's just been good to be a part of this group. Quite honestly, and I know that there's times where I'm fully engaged, and then I kind of pull out, and I'm back engaged, but you've always given us that grace, to kind of just meet us where we are. So just really appreciative, and I'm looking forward to continuing in Insider Group.
That's awesome. Well, where can people connect with you? Is there a way for people to connect with you? Social media, anywhere? Like, where would you prefer if someone right now, maybe they're a teacher and like, I'm interested in this. So where can they connect with you?
Absolutely. So you can actually look up, motivated education on pretty much all the social media sites, Facebook, Twitter. Most active on Twitter. Starting to get more active on Instagram, but the blog I'll be releasing more blogs here soon. So I'll be posting those soon, and YouTube will be coming up soon. That's next for me. So you'll
I
get a
love it.
chance to see YouTube videos. So yeah, just follow me on the social media sites. Search motivated education on those sites, and we'll go from there.
Motivated Education. That's where you guys can connect with Ian. Ian, thanks for being here, sharing your story, and I'm just really excited about what's ahead for you.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
All right. Take care. Did you guys
All right,
enjoy?
sir.
Yeah, did you guys enjoy hearing Ian's story? I hope that you did. You can see how much fun it is to interact with Ian. He's a great speaker, great communicator, and he's got a heart to serve, and he wants to get out there and help teachers and students with their mindset and helping them to be motivated. And it's just really awesome to see. So definitely make sure you go reach out to Ian as well. All right, so Insider, you say, okay, Jonathan, I'm interested, but tell me a little bit more. So I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek, but before I do, here's the 4 columns, the 4 pillars of our Insider program. It starts, first of all, with situation-driven mentoring. And what we do is we meet you where you are. So we do bi-weekly Q&A calls. Now these Q&A calls are like in a Zoom group meeting. So we're all on video. We're sharing as if we were around the table. You have the opportunity to ask me questions that are specifically related to your business so I can give you feedback and mentoring. We also do, number 2, pillar 2 is systems-driven mentoring. This is where we provide the roadmap. We have a roadmap that we want you to follow step by step, regardless of where you are. And we got some courses inside of Insider that are specific to the Insider program. We also do quarterly boot camps. So you heard Ian talk about that. We do both in person and virtual. And this is where once a quarter, we will take 4 or 5 hours on a Saturday and do a deep dive into a specific topic. We also, column number 3, we do community-driven mentoring. So twice a month, you will meet with your own mastermind. And we put you with one of my coaches, and we help you no matter what level you're at. So if you say, I'm only just getting started, I don't know what my website's going to be about, we have a Discover Mastermind for people who are trying to figure out their message. And you have a coach who guides you to choosing the right business for you. It's so important. Then we have the Launch Mastermind. This is for people who know who their audience is, but they need to launch their website. And we help you with that. Number 3, we have the Market Mastermind. Now this is for people who already have a blog or they already have a website up and running, but they need help with traffic, leads, and sales. And then finally, column number 4, the bonuses. One of the beautiful bonuses of Insider is you get access to every course I've ever created, all of it. Market Your Message Academy, Discover Your Message Launch, Fast Track Lab, Member Catapult, Kindle Your Passion. I mean, every course I've ever created, probably somewhere close to $10,000 or more, quite frankly, if you were to buy them all separately. And you get that absolutely for free. That way you have access to everything I've ever created. So here's the deal. Until next Sunday, we are accepting applications. So we have brought on a few more coaches. So we're opening up a few more mastermind groups, and we would love to fill those up. And so we'd love to have you join us. So if you're interested, go to jmill.biz/insider. Again, it's jmill, just my name short, jmill.biz/insider. And there'll be a video with a button to apply. So walk through that, go apply, have a conversation with us, and we would love to have you join in our insider program. Now, I'm going to do something that I've never done before as of yet, and that is I want to give you a quick sneak peek into our brand new members area. So I'm going to share my screen. Give me 1 second here so you can see this. And let me just move something out of the way here. Doing this live. All right, let's get this out of the way here. Let's move this. There we go. All right, so what you're looking at right here is our brand new private portal. Now I know this is kind of small, so let me see if I can make it just a tad bigger so you can see this. Let's go a little bit smaller. There we go. All right, so we have both an iPhone app and this is our members portal right here. And what this does is this allows everything to exist here. So we have our main news feed. We have some of our coaches. Jody is one of our coaches. And here's Lisa, one of our team members. Roxanne's one of our coaches. Marissa is a coach for certified copywriter. So again, Roxanne is my integrator. So she is my tech person. Like Jody is a coach, like a strategy coach, a business strategy coach. She's helped businesses scale to millions of dollars. So she understands the business side. Roxanne right here is an integrator. So if you have any technical issues, you could reach out to Roxanne and she could help. She've even logged in to member or insiders ConvertKit accounts or Kajabi accounts or WordPress to help them fix things. That's the beautiful thing is you're not in this alone. My team becomes your team. Marissa Shadrick is a certified copywriter. So if you need help writing a sales page, writing copy, she's there to support you. And so this is our main news feed right here. Then we have an events calendar, and our events calendar exists right inside of this awesome community. And so these are our different calls. You can open up the calendar. You can add this to your calendar and know, when are the insider events, what's happening with those. Then our mastermind groups. So our mastermind groups, like I said, we have different levels depending on where you are. The discover level is for those who are just trying to figure out what business to start. We want to help you choose the right business. Number 2 is the launch mastermind. This is for people who are looking to launch their website. Maybe that has been your nemesis for 6 months, a year, 2 years. Just like, I don't know how to launch a website. Well, we have a coach for this mastermind, and everybody in this mastermind are trying to launch their website. Then we have 3 levels of the Market Your Message mastermind, from more beginner to intermediate to advanced. So these masterminds are happening twice a month, and we put you in those groups. Now look at this. This is called Main Roadmap Courses. Now this Main Roadmap Courses is what we use in Insider to help our insiders know exactly what they need to be doing. So if you're in the Discover Mastermind, we will give you access to the Discover Roadmap. Well, what's in the roadmap? Well, what's in the roadmap is literally step by step what you need to be doing. We have a video training and then an action step. So if you pop into one of these, you'll see that built right into the platform is exactly what you need to be doing. So we have this short video for you to watch, and then you move on to an action step. We give you the action step that you need, an exercise that you need to complete. And as you check off the boxes, and let me just go back here. As you check off the boxes and you do the 3 steps that are here, you will have nailed down the right business to start. And once you do, you get to graduate to the next mastermind. And as you graduate to the next mastermind, you also will be given access to the next course, which is step by step, and it gives you actions along the way. So if you like, just tell me what to do. What's the next thing I'm supposed to do? This is what we do. We put you in a mastermind to give you support, and then we give you the step by step roadmap through this process. All right, and then the last one I'm really, really excited about. Oh, and I want to show you this. So you also get the replays to all of our Q&A calls, so you can go watch those. And our boot camps. These are our quarterly boot camps that we do, where we do a deep dive into all the topics. And then finally, something I'm just really, really excited about is this insider search portal. So we have a lot of video trainings, a lot of mentoring calls. And if you're like, I want to know where Jonathan taught something, check this out. So you can literally come in here and let's say WordPress. Search WordPress. And then, oh, wait a minute. Jonathan talked about WordPress on this video. And you could click it. And you know what it'll do? It will actually jump right to that specific part of the video, which is pretty awesome. So there it is, right at the 7-minute mark. I'm talking about WordPress. Pretty cool, right? So you can just go down, scroll down through here and look at the different things. So you could literally come here and type in any question. So Vidnami is a tool that I like to use. You can see, oh yeah, Jonathan talked about Vidnami on the Insider Q&A call, and it looks like at the 1-minute mark. So if we click here, it'll take us to that 1-minute mark, where on the call, I am talking and discussing about this tool, Vidnami. That's from an Insider Q&A call. So there you have it. That is what I'm excited about. We are there to support you all along the way. We have a saying inside of Insider that no post goes left behind. So you are able to come in here, ask any question you want. By the way, you could click on this little speech bubble and you could private message me. You could private message anybody in our Insider community, one of our coaches. We're always available. And the best part is there's an iPhone app as well. And so that's just kind of a quick run through of our brand new portal. You can see how we have everything in one place. Because at the end of the day, you know what you need? You need a mentor, you need accountability, and you need a community. Those are the three things that you need. You need a community to give you the confidence to move forward. You need accountability to know, oh, so I need to be doing this next, and somebody's going to follow up with me. Not in a mean way, but in a loving, supporting way. And then you need a mentor who can tell you, don't do that, focus on this. That's what we have at Insider. So again, we would love to have you go to jmill.biz/insider to get your application in before the doors close next Sunday night. All right, everybody, that's what I've got for you tonight. Come back tomorrow because we're going to be doing 2 more awesome interviews, I believe at 1 o'clock and 8 p.m. So if you're over on YouTube, hit the little subscribe button right now and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I go live and you won't miss a thing. All right, I hope you enjoyed Ian Moore and his interview, as well as seeing a little bit behind the scenes about what we do every day, all day in our Insider community. We'd love to have you come join us. So that's it for now. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll talk with you real soon. Bye-bye.